What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Last Call podcast. I am your host, Arthur. For those of you who are tuning in from the Bourbon and Bs podcast, I appreciate all the love and support and welcome in. But do not panic. You are going to get the same show, same vibe, and same energy you've always gotten from me and our guests. Just a little bit more polished. For those of you who still want a little bit more uncut, unfiltered, and more intimate conversations, make sure you sign up for our Patreon. Because for the low price of free $99, you can get access to behind-the-scenes interviews, content, recipes, and just some random ramblings because that's what we here do for you. As always, guys, thank you for all the love, support. Make sure you like, subscribe, give a 5-star review, share with your friends, and if you'd like to be a part of the show, make sure you contact me at arthur@lastcallpod.com. Once again, that's arthur@lastcallpod.com. Now let's jump into it. Thanks, guys. All right. Welcome into the show. Today, I have a packed house. I have a live studio audience with one good leg. I have a tattoo artist and a very interesting human being with a fantastic set of tattoos. And then I have an ultramarathon runner / guest host for today. It's going to be a packed house, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And apparently there's a wolf somewhere in the corner, which was really not what I expected for today. But guys, welcome to the show today. David Lawrence,
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. I know you are aching to tell us this story when everyone else.
It's actually not that crazy, and I was trying to figure out a way to tie it up at the end.
So
yeah,
no, we're doing this right after we do the,
let
me do the introductions.
Sorry, my bad. My apologies.
You stop skipping
sorry.
Cat.
I'm sorry.
God.
Hello.
Hi, Cat. How are you?
I'm good.
Cat from Tats is here in the studio. Welcome into this madness.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you taking the time and
Happy to be
tolerating
here.
John. I know how he could be. And cheers from our live studio audience. John, how are you doing, buddy?
I don't know. You keep running your mouth. We just started.
I think you're doing great, brother. Just smile.
so
Just nod
rude.
your head. You're okay.
Everybody-
Take a breath.
You think you're saying he would
It's
look
okay.
prettier if he smiled? Is that what you're saying, David?
No,
In
just
2025?
Hey,
Typical.
bro. I don't appreciate you putting words into my mouth.
Typical man telling me what to do.
I can't say what I want to say because it will truly get me in trouble. So I'm just going to say you are a child of God, a beautiful little flower.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like as studio audience, so I just like clap and
Little
applause.
precious angel.
You had a golf clap out of that. So, David, what's the story? David's the
So-
one who tells the story.
I had my therapist message me the other day, send me an email, and she said, I am leaving my practice. It's been a joy to work with you, but like we're not going to be able to continue to work together. I was like, okay, can you refer me? Well, one, I said thanks. Like it's been great working with you. Can you refer me to anyone else, in particular, people that deal with ADHD and OCD? So she refers me to a couple of people. The first girl that responds, or the first person that responds back, is this lovely lady named Eileen. And honestly, I was impressed that someone responded so quickly to my inquiry. It was like maybe an hour or 2 hour tops, which if you own a business of any kind, I realize that that's really great. And even if you suck at what you're doing or you're kind of mediocre, the fact that you responded very quickly will probably put you leaps and bounds ahead of others. But that being said, I meet with her. The first interaction is good. She's pretty much just like interviewing me in a sense, like just asking about like medical history, family, like just literally getting to know me, taking as many notes as she can. And I can only think about how she reminds me of this barista that I know at a local coffee shop. She like literally, she looks like her, has the same similar mannerisms, has like even the same laugh. And so I go and get coffee a couple days later and I recall all of this to the barista that I know. And without skipping a beat, she goes, "Is she autistic?" And I said, you know what? I never thought to ask that.
What?
Does that mean your barista is?
Yes. Yeah. But I did not expect the barista to say that.
I'm
and-
taken aback by this.
Yeah. And
I mean, if if you recognize it, you know the signs in you, so you can recognize them in someone else.
yeah. I just did not expect. I was like, wait, so are you autistic? She was like, yeah, I got diagnosed like late in life. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, like, I mean, she like, it was a joke and she could tell that I was going to joke, but I was like, yeah, I'll make sure to like ask my therapist, like just right off the bat when we meet. By the way, like I have a friend who's autistic and she she reminded me of you, and she wanted me to ask you if you were autistic.
That's a great way to start a therapy session.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So that was the story. I didn't expect that. I was just telling the barista something just to have friendly banter. Like, hey, there's my therapist reminds me of you. I thought it was kind of funny. And she.
That's actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny
Recognize
that
real.
she's like,
Yeah. Real
I
recognize
recognize
real.
these signs in me. This is what I see.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to stop thinking about that the last couple of days, but I'm not going to bring it up to my therapist.
Why not? She told you to.
I mean,
She might find it funny.
yeah, that's fair.
Or she just won't want you to come back.
Yeah, exactly that.
If
Yeah.
she's a therapist, I don't think she'd find it offensive.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, she's probably heard the worst of people too. Like
Yeah.
people, especially people dealing with their own shit, might not be as responsive or as well way to
yeah.
communicate. So I'm pretty sure she might have pushed someone to the edge once or twice, and they're like, you know what, fuck you, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll
for
see you
sure.
next week,
Absolutely.
Dennis.
Yeah,
Like, it's
but it was
true.
great. That was my story. So,
All right, well,
yeah.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. I was not
Thank you for
expecting.
sharing.
Thank you for having an intimate moment. You know, if she wanted to do their whole recall on you, she could have listened to our previous episode where, on the couch and talking to you about your childhood, life,
Yeah.
trauma, and how much John bothers you. So we had
Yeah.
The
that.
applause thing came on, so I gotta clap. I'm supposed to clap. Sorry.
The Last Call podcast is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Oh my God. So, Kat, since you are the newest person to this madness here, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your page and you guys met with a tattoo
It's
story?
actually really funny.
Okay.
Because it involves cats.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I always forget about that.
I've made my name my entire personality, basically.
Mm.
I have a bunch of cats. And
Literally an army of them.
And that's how we met. I had been following David for a little while. And I think you had posted about wanting a cat. And I had been fostering. So I was like, oh, I have a whole bunch. Come on over and meet them. So he came over to my house and met with all of these kittens that we have. And didn't adopt it.
You adopted one. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't want one of Kat's cats.
That's
It wasn't the one.
It wasn't the one you
But
did.
it's
Wasn't
fine.
vibing.
And then
wasn't
I
vibing.
adopted a cat from the famous wrestler that you like.
Which one?
Sorry, I don't want to totally segue your
No,
story.
you're fine.
The one that you took a picture of his wife?
Yeah, that one.
So Finn Balor?
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah. But anyways, keep going.
All right, we're gonna get back to how you adopted a cat from a WWE star
Yeah,
after Cat.
that's
Technically his wife.
crazy.
Technically his wife.
But it's still in the
yeah.
family. I'm going to talk to Cat for a minute, David.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, keep
What the hell did you... Brad, what the fuck? All right.
Once again, I didn't know who he was.
So...
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. I don't remember how it happened after that. I think
I
maybe it
know.
was tattoo.
No, I know.
What?
I know.
What?
I did a photography series called Bodies.
Oh yeah.
Where I documented tons of different bodies.
Yeah, we
And you
talked about
came
that.
and sat for a portrait.
That's true.
And then you tattooed me.
yeah, and then it just snowballed.
Yeah.
That same day?
No.
No.
Oh, I was
This
making
is,
sure.
this is over months.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, like, hey, can you take my photo? Like, hey,
And then
can
I
you
was
use my
like,
tattoo?
it's like one of those weird things where like you meet someone in like some form of a service, like tattoo or like cutting your hair or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, you're cool. Can you be friends? But like then you feel kind of weird because like you only know them through the service. But then we actually became friends.
Yeah.
Good.
It worked
Yeah.
out.
That shit
Yeah.
works out. I have,
Yeah.
I've had that awkward moment where like bartender friends of mine, and then I'm like, hey, you guys want to? I don't know. Do you guys go out for drinks? They're like, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And then I ended up becoming really good friends with them. But at
That's
first it was
awesome.
weird. Like, hey, so what's the spring menu look like? He's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like, and it turned into like fantasy football talk, and you
Yeah.
found something in common.
Oh, I love that.
But Cat's Tats. So you
Yeah.
you pose for bodies, but you've been doing tattoos for some time.
Yeah. Shoot, since 2018.
Yeah, and you've had a
Long year. a lot of years.
2018. Where was at what shop?
I actually didn't start tattooing professionally until 2021.
Okay.
But I started hand poking myself in like 2018 and through COVID.
Uh-huh.
And then I hated the job I was at. And I had messaged someone on Instagram. I was like, hey, I see you're wanting to do some hand poke tattooing. Can I come to your studio? And she actually believed in me and let me go. And that's how my career started.
Oh shit.
And then I learned machine, and I've been doing mostly machine since.
Nice. That's hand poke.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about that for those at home that are like, what the fuck's a hand poke?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's commonly called stick and poke. So it's when you just hold the needle itself and then like manually do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Much more painful, is it?
less.
Really?
Normally it's less. The way
Okay.
I do it, it's less painful.
You have gentle hands, not like John.
And it should heal pretty much the same.
Okay.
But it takes so long. It takes like 4 times as long as a machine tattoo does.
Yeah. One of the things I do commend you also, for those who don't follow you on socials, I like that you have separate categories like for aftercare, for like flash and all that.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're giving
important.
but because so many people search the internet, search all this, is like, if I got my tattoo from this artist, she's going to give me the best recommendation of how to make sure that tattoo lasts, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
'Cause especially, you know, the ink you use, you know, your style, you know, the fine line or whatever you're doing. So why not go to the person who created the art for me, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's dope. Well, awesome.
you.
That seems like a really interesting thing. Were you always into art, or was it just something that...
I've always been into art ever since I was really little. I went to college for a BFA. So I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts,
Okay.
technically in sculpture.
Oh, fuck.
And then, so my first job out of college was actually at this company here in Orlando called Symmetry. And they make medical training devices out of like silicone and stuff. So think the CPR dummies.
Yeah.
But we worked with the military. So I did a lot of amputated legs, bullet wounds, random
Goddamn.
other like wounds and stuff like that. And it was very interesting, but actually kind of boring because it was just filling molds all day.
That sounds really...
It was very cool.
Am I just a nerd, David? Like,
I don't know. Think about it if you're just like in like on an assembly line, just filling.
That's
Ah.
basically
literally
what
just
it
filling
was.
molds
cool.
all day.
I'm
Yeah.
like, why don't we think about this as it could
Like,
be
Even
fun?
if it's like
Artistically.
he's imagining like you're like putting prosthetics on people's legs after
Yeah,
the war.
which is the fun part.
That's the fun
That's
part.
the cool part.
Yeah.
But I was just like, it was the same thing every day. But I mean, what they do is super cool. But I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Fair.
So
All right. Cool.
yeah, and then so in my spare time, I was hand poking during that time,
That's awesome. And then you...
and then I moved.
What did you end up tattooing on David?
Bro, so many things.
What was the first tattoo you did on David?
This
What
one.
was-
Wait, no. Was it the little
Oh,
camera?
yeah, I
that was
think
a stick
it
and poke
was.
tattoo.
Yeah, that was a
Stick and-
flash.
And then you did my smoking
Uh-huh.
punk.
Yeah.
Ha!
And then
Okay.
the cat on your arm.
Oh yeah, the little cat. I'm just happy to be
The
here.
paper airplane. Oh yeah, I did do that
Oh yeah, paper airplane. All these little hearts.
too. Uh huh.
Those were the stick and pokes.
And the moth.
All right.
And the,
Oh, yeah, the
and the
moth.
stay hard above your knee.
Excuse me?
Stay hard. Shout out to David Goggins.
It's a David Goggins
Um,
joke.
I know, but still.
It's not a porn thing, or maybe it could be. Yeah, I'd rather be hard than soft. So, I'm sorry.
I mean, for
Kat was like,
for
my
multiple-
family's gonna listen to this, so it's already out the window. I'm sorry, family.
Multiple-
They're already disappointed in you, Kat.
I know, it's fine.
They're already disappointed.
I'm kidding.
Is it? Damn.
I actually grew up with my parents saying that they hated tattoos, told me to never get a tattoo.
They manifested it.
They look dirty. They were like, it makes you look unprofessional. Don't ever get tattoos. And I was like,
John.
you're right, I won't. I got one at 18.
Yeah.
And then like every 6 months after that.
I was gonna say though, in all seriousness, I think Kat's parents are very proud of her. She's talked
They
about
are.
like playing music with her dad and like them like performing live together in a band.
Yeah, they have
Aw.
just
Aw.
exploded
That's
after
nice.
And
I left.
So I think there has to be a love for a mutual love and respect for one another, regardless of being like a daughter and like father, to do such activities, is my thinking at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna love you no matter what, for the most part.
Hopefully.
I'm asking
Hopefully.
from the studio audience, where's your parents' stand? What was your mom's stance on your first tattoo?
She didn't care.
She didn't give one shit?
She actually. This is gonna sound really bad.
So,
I actually didn't
don't-
give. I didn't give a shit what she
What she
thought.
thought, yeah.
Because it was like a personal tattoo.
I'm
It was,
sending
it was
this to
me and my, my two friends going to get tattoos for something that we cared about. Legend of Zelda tattoo. We each got a different part of the Triforce.
Wait, was that
filled
the
in.
first tattoo you got?
That is my first
The
tattoo.
one on your
Yeah.
here?
Holy
So this
shit.
part, the flowers got added later by
John,
by Trevor.
That's
I'm part of
cool.
your first experience?
Yeah,
Hell
you popped my cherry.
I popped
Hell
your cherry?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Even though we won't talk about
Did it
it,
hurt?
you weren't there.
the timeline's
You got it
different,
done. You got
yes.
it done later.
But I did get
To
it
be
done
fair-
twice as big.
To be
than
fair,
yours.
he,
Mine is
me,
twice as big than
me
yours.
and Norby
I was gonna
went,
say his is bigger.
and then you did it. You did it later.
To be very clear.
It's me making up for the fact I wasn't there. I was like, I'll
Ah.
make it bigger.
That makes sense.
So you got that. Me and Norby have it in the same spot. So obviously I got, Triforce is 3
Yeah,
different parts. I got willpower.
I didn't have that spot available.
And obviously, you got willpower and all that stuff, courage,
strength,
and power, strength, or whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously, he got what Ganondorf would have, was the villain, quote unquote, of the game.
He's misunderstood.
Okay, he is the villain.
Yeah,
So.
no,
Morally gray.
No, Ganondorf is 100% the villain. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no shades of gray. That man's just fucking up shit to fuck up shit. David, did your parents give a shit about your tattoos?
So I remember my mom actually I got this huge, horrible leg piece that was done by my old manager at Vans when I was 18. And I didn't realize till halfway through the tattoo that he had a drinking problem. But my mom was not aware of that. She just saw a big ship with a Bible verse on it. And so she was very excited. My dad had mixed feelings. I remember I got my knuckles tattooed and I just got like my birth year on my knuckles because I just thought it was kind of fun. And my dad was like, so is that for when they find you like dead in a ditch somewhere? They know when you were born?
Jesus.
So...
well, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Now I guess it is.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So sidebar, it's actually wisdom, power, and courage. And
So
obviously,
power.
you got
Power.
I got courage, and Norby got wisdom.
Yeah.
And geez, so when they did find you, those times that you did get drunk and passed out in a ditch, because I feel like that has happened to you.
Not since I got this. I'm mostly responsible now.
I feel like you're a liar. I'm
I
just kidding.
feel like you're a liar.
Boo this man.
Whoa.
Studio audience did not vibe with that one.
Whoa.
Like my tattoo story is kind of funny because I didn't live in the same state as my mom. I was living in New York and up north when I got the crappy tattoo that I got at a tattoo party when everyone was drunk. So like John knows I will throw parties. So a friend of ours is a tattoo artist. He's looking to make a bunch of money. He had a studio, but he had moved from Rhode Island back to the area. So we had
the tattoo you got, sir?
it's Spawn on a crown of throne and bone and skeletons or
Is
whatever.
it a tramp stamp?
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
It's a giant tattoo.
Oh, that's huge.
It's
Huge.
Yeah, as my first one, and it was like $100.
That's fucking crazy.
$100.
That looks
Yeah, so
like a
it's terrible.
biker tattoo.
It's terrible.
It looks like
it's
it was done at a
poorly
biker bar.
It's poorly done. It's poorly done, and I'm 100% clear.
You got your rebel flag on the other side.
No,
Yeah.
God, it's about culture. God damn it, heritage, not hate. Fucking
Boo.
boo. Yes, boo that. If anyone's
If you
listening,
saw it, it makes sense.
Boo-
It checks
boo
out.
that.
Categories with me.
heritage,
I don't actually
not
have
hate.
categories
Boo
in
that.
me, but-
For anyone listening at home, no, it's about hate, jackass.
Oh
So
my god.
I don't give a fuck. It's my show. I can tell them they're assholes.
Oh.
Who's gonna cancel me on my show?
Oh.
Me.
Oh.
HR is gonna call me. Arthur, walk in here.
Did you take him to a Coldplay concert?
Oh no.
I miss you.
So I got this terrible tattoo. So we held a party at my house. I invited a bunch of friends. So there was like 10 girls. Almost every single one got a tramp stamp. And no offense, do your thing, girl. Whatever you liked, you liked. At the
Those are
time it was
becoming
popular.
popular again.
Yeah, it's always full circle, right? Secular. like,
Oh yeah.
but so we had 10 girls getting tramp stamps. A bunch of dudes were getting like Celtic crosses, and a bunch of shit
Praise
was
the
just
Lord.
happening. And my buddy, because I organized the party, he's like, "Hey, I'll just give you a massive discount. I'm going to give you money at the end of the night because you organized this party." I didn't know I was getting paid for this. I was just getting a bunch of people together. Everyone's drunk and getting tattoos from you. And he's like, "No, they're tipping a lot of fucking money because they're drunk as shit."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Should you be tattooing people who are drunk?" He's like, "Absolutely the fuck not." Like in real life, never do this. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Whatever. But when I finally moved back to Florida was 3 years after I got this tattoo. Well, moved to Florida for the first time. My mom got sick, moved down here. She didn't know I had a tattoo. I hadn't seen her in a circumstance where my shirt would be off in 5 years, let alone 3. So when I'm here and I took off my shirt because I was helping on the roof or something, she's like, "What the fuck is on your arm?" Old school Hispanic mom that thought like guys with long hair is, very, very
Straight to
bad.
prison.
Yeah. Very bad frame of mind. Like you couldn't have piercings as a dude. If you had long hair, there was something to be said about your sexuality. Shit like that.
Yeah.
So tattoos were like a no-go.
Absolutely not.
And I was like, relax. It's just a fucking tattoo. She's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "I'm on a roof. You want to come up here? You want to come up here?"
You told your Dominican mom to relax?
Yes. That was a bad idea. I said it from a roof, from the safety of a roof.
That's not
She
safe.
wasn't going to come up there.
She might.
She could throw stuff.
She's afraid of heights. She wasn't coming up.
That's fair.
She wasn't coming up there at all. I was like, make a decision. Like, what are we doing?
What are
What's
we
the plan?
doing?
What's the plan here? But the reason why I say all that is that years later, My mom has more tattoos than I do.
That's so funny.
She went to Dominican Republic, got tattoos, went to tattoo shops in Miami with her friends, and she went through this like random midlife crisis, and now has like 12 tattoos, and they're like butterflies, a flower, her like my sister, my name, like all. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because we went to like Dominican Republic, and I was like, when the fuck are you? Wait, I was like, I did the math. I was like, you have more tattoos than me. She's like, I'm older. I'm your mother. I was like, I'm a grown ass man. What do you mean? At the time I'm like 27. I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
I just did the math. You have 12 tattoos, like some crazy number. My sister and I both were like, we have less tattoos than you. Like,
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So it's just funny how that goes. Like once it's like, well, I guess he already has one, and he didn't turn out bad. Yeah. He didn't turn out like a devil worshipping paganist or some shit. It's like, I don't know. That's just really
someone
bad.
has to be the black sheep.
Yeah, even
to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I ended up tattooing my dad and my brother and my aunt and my cousin.
That's amazing.
That's cool. That's fucking awesome. You did a
Iconic.
family business.
Oh yeah, I started it.
No, I love that. You see, but you're right. The moment it becomes like, well, I guess you're not an evil piece of shit. It's like she was like, I guess I'll get a tattoo because it looks nice.
Fine, I guess.
Yeah, and my sister and me both look at each other. Do you see this horse shit? Like we're like watching this from the sidelines. Like, motherfucker. But that's awesome. I'm glad that. So you've been doing first poke and stick. You tattooed David. You guys bonded in a friendship. I'm curious. Has he ever somehow tricked you or blackmailed you into running with him and doing all this stuff?
Not yet.
No,
I hate running.
You've mentioned
both of you out. Me and Kat are just talking for the rest of today.
See ya.
It's horrible.
Thank you.
I did run it. I did cross country in middle school.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
studio audience can't make up its mind. It was so awful, right?
It was horrible. And so then I was like, you know what? I actually hate this, and I'm never doing it again.
When I did high school sports, I did football. I did the violent sports. I did wrestling, whatever. And I remember between, they're like, hey, one year, like, hey, do you want to do track and do shot put? I was like, why the fuck would I do track? Like, it'll keep you in shape for football because you'll still be running and still be doing all that. I was like, I don't want to run. Yeah. Like, shot putters run for the warm-ups and maybe run some of like the cool down shit. The rest of it's weightlifting. Yep. I'm like, oh, I'll do the shit out of that. But then the next year I discovered wrestling and I never had to, I ran for wrestling, but not like these two fuckers. No.
David's crazy.
David scares the shit out of me about the fact.
Crazy.
I will see, like he's like, it's 5:30 in the morning. I've ran 16. What the fuck, David? I've been like third.
Just another day of the office.
Sleep cycle. Get the fuck to bed.
If I tried to run a mile, I would probably pass out.
You could do it. You'd just be slow.
Yeah, which John will give me shit because I could run a solid mile for a guy my size. I just hate it.
It's horrible, yeah.
John was on the phone with me when I ran a 5K in my neighborhood for fun. And he knew I was running.
You don't make any sense.
Because I could do it. I just don't like it.
The last 5K I ran
why don't
was
I
in
make
college.
Any sense?
Let's do this.
Yeah.
And I threw up at the end. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore.
Running, thankfully.
Can you ever run hard enough?
Yeah.
And that's when I was in shape, too.
I've thrown up during wrestling while I had a six pack.
Like, oh, man.
What do I care about that?
That
don't matter.
When I did MMA for a while, like I threw up because they had a bunch of high school kids that were.
You did MMA?
Yes,
that's crazy
for a while.
That's literally insane.
So we were doing jiu-jitsu, we were rolling, and they brought in a bunch of high school kids. They're like, oh, they're part of the wrestling team, and part of the program, we're giving them like jiu-jitsu lessons. And I was like, oh, dope. They're like, hey, since you're the biggest dude here, do you mind if they roll with you? I was like, I do mind because young kids don't know how to use their bodies. They think that just raw strength and whatever. This is people who are inexperienced get the most injuries because they think just raw strength and don't know how to hold back. And if we're just rolling, don't go 100%. I'm not your age. Like I'm 28 at the time. You're 18. Please do not go 100% because I'll choke you out. So they're like, yeah, don't worry, you're fine. You're blah, blah. I had a roll with like 4 of them in a row, back to back, and they do rounds. So they do like 90 seconds of a round or whatever. The bell goes off. You have like 30 seconds to swap partners. But I have 4 high schoolers with all the energy in the world. And all that, like, they're just strong because they're fucking young and full of testosterone. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I choked, and I slowly started elevating my strength that I was putting in to choke them out faster so I wouldn't have to keep wrestling.
Yeah.
And I was like,
get it over with.
I'm like, choke them out, get up. But these guys are fuck ton of strong. These fucking high school boys are strong. And I was like, I need a second. And I went and puked. And I came back. I was like, now I'm pissed. Bring in the next high schooler. Like, bring in the next one. John, why do I make no sense?
With the running piece?
Yeah.
Because you're capable of doing it and being like pretty good at it, and you just choose not to because of like for whatever reason.
Life.
Like you could
There's
run
a lot of things
you could run a solid 5K and like be a pretty decent runner, and then you just have this negative like stigma. You're like, I don't want to do it, and I'm like, but you are an athlete. Like you do a lot of athletic activities, and you could definitely be fast.
So the history of the story is that John and I were working out with our friend at the time, two of our friends, David, Jesse, a bunch of people, a couple, even Kevin came through. John would do his warm up run, but we're a unit, we're a team, so we have to all run. John would get there early enough so he could do his 5 miles or whatever he was doing, and I would get there a little early, and I would do my mile. It was like 8:30. Like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, but I was a slow mile. I was just like, I just want to do this. So by the time someone else gets here so I can go lift with them, I'm getting off this treadmill.
Yeah.
And I would just get off the treadmill. My buddy Andrew was like, we did, because I did CrossFit after MMA. So I was always running with them.
Yeah.
And he's like, you run a lot for someone who hates running. I'm like, because I have to, because that's part of the program. If the whole team is doing it, I'm doing it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you could be a really good janitor. You're right. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I feel like running takes a specific mindset. And I think that there are some people that just don't have the mindset for running.
But that's the thing. I have the mindset for running. I'd just rather spend that energy lifting weights.
Which is fair. I prefer lifting to like running or any kind
it's
of cardio.
fair. Yeah. It's just a running joke that we have.
Yeah, a running joke.
Because he always like runs his mouth about, oh, I hate running. I'm like, well, you literally just ran 2 miles in like pretty decent pace. So imagine if you trained for a race, you could run. It's not like you don't know a running coach that could help you.
I know. Yeah, I know one. Actually, I have a commercial by him. He's a avid sponsor and supporter of the show.
He's all right, guy.
Yeah, he's all right. He has his moments. But our buddy Andrew, he's like, hey man, I'm gonna sign you up for this race for you can't finish for the UCF the UCF race. I was like, how many miles? 2. I was like, I don't.
Easy.
Okay, I don't want to, and I didn't really train, and I did it pretty. I forgot what the time was. I sent you the time.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was good.
It was a good time, and he's like, you see, you could run more often. I don't want to. I'm gonna go have waffles and lift weights this afternoon. Good day, sir. Good day to you. I walked away.
See ya.
But guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to get a little bit more into what everyone else has got going on and just talk a little bit more shop, especially because everyone here is covered in tattoos. So I'm always interested about what everyone's stances are on it. So when we get back, we might be a little bit more drunk. Take care, guys.
Amen, brother.
Hey, guys. Here at the show, we ask that you follow 3 simple rules that'll save your night and possibly your dignity. Rule number 1, don't drink and drive. Seriously, Uber exists for a reason. If you wouldn't trust yourself to build IKEA furniture after 3 bourbons, you definitely shouldn't be behind the wheel. Rule number 2, avoid Amazon one-click buy. Drunk you thinks a medieval suit of armor is a great investment. Sober you, not so much. And then try to explain it to your credit card company then. And finally, rule number 3. Do not text your ex. Look, they had their chance, and you deserve better. No one ever found happiness at the bottom of a 2 a.m. I miss you text. Move on, hydrate, and remember, you're better than that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Text literally anyone else. Text your Uber driver that you miss them, but not your ex. Seriously, all jokes aside, stay safe, do the right thing, and...
All right, so we're back. We have some very pointed questions for you, Kat.
Okay.
Tattooing and art... I was going to say is not your full identity, but it is a large part of it. But that being said, what hobbies and interests do you have outside of work?
So I guess a big thing right now is that I do have a full-time job outside of tattooing, which is teaching at a preschool.
Excuse me?
Which is like a full 180 from tattooing.
Tattooing and all the crazy stuff?
Yeah. So
Do you teach them how to tattoo?
No. Unfortunately, they're just a little bit too young, yeah.
There's no ballpoint pens involved?
No, they can barely hold a marker at that age.
Fair.
But I'm going to start teaching the art class in the fall, which I'm really excited about.
That's pretty cool. What's your favorite part about teaching kids?
They're so weird, and it's so funny.
I love it.
They're so much work, but they are hilarious, and it's fun.
I don't specifically I mostly photograph adults, but what happens is sometimes adults will bring their kids along and we'll get to interact, and I'm always just blown away by almost like observing the purity of a kid. with how they approach life. Like they don't have experience yet, so nothing has really been colored. Like everything's a blank slate.
Yeah.
And I think that is the coolest and most beautiful thing. And I always leave kind of like encouraged in a way when I have a random interaction with a kid.
No, absolutely. I think it's been very refreshing just to see like their whole world is open. They don't really have any limiting beliefs yet. So it's really fun to see like what they can come up with because the world is their oyster. So that's been really fun. Yeah. But other than that, I also have several cats.
A lot of cats. You have a cat
When you
farm,
say several.
a cat factory,
I have 13 cats.
or a cat safety house, I should say.
And one dog. That was
And a
not
husband.
and a husband
Who's
who's
not an
allergic to
animal,
cats.
he's a human.
He is a person. Yes.
It's Florida. I don't even, is that legal here?
I hope not.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna look this up. 'Cause Florida just lets a lot of shit
That's
slide.
true. But that was never the
I don't want to Google
Idea.
is bestiality legal.
yeah.
in
That's gonna
Florida?
be in your history.
Incognito mode.
Yeah, bro.
Facts.
Incognito is the way.
Come on.
Facts. Go on.
You clearly don't have a. You clearly don't have a
Amateur.
secret life.
What are
Amateur.
the names of your cats?
All 13.
Oh my
Yeah, do you know all
gosh.
13? Can you name them?
Yeah. Okay.
And Daisy the dog.
Yeah. Daisy's my dog. She's a little angel hellion. We have Penny.
She's pretty cute though.
Juniper. She is cute. Big Boy Eurydice. PJ. Rufus. Romeo Juliet. David. Chester. What am I missing? Ducky Phelps. Sage. Is that
You know how
Is
little,
that 13?
That was 13.
I want people to know how little of a secret life I have. I had a struggle to find incognito mode. I was like, oh, it's the dude with the glasses in the top left. I kept opening the window. I was like, is it going to prompt me if I want incognito mode? I just opened the browser.
I wish I didn't know all about incognito mode, but I unfortunately do.
I straight up struggled. I was like, is it going to ask me if I want incognito mode?
Which cat is your favorite?
Honestly, and I obviously don't have any favorites.
Lies.
But Rufus is my baby girl. I love her to death. She was one of our first ones that started the 13. And we thought she was a boy. So we named her Rufus.
Oh, fair.
And she was outside of our first apartment. And she came to our front door with a huge gash in her leg. So we took her to the emergency vet. $400 later, 9 stitches. I was like, okay, I'm keeping her. And so she's my baby girl. And I love her.
I've come back with information. So, fortunately enough, bestiality is illegal in Florida.
That's
That's
good.
good news.
Unfortunately enough, apparently it comes up so often that the second thing that came up was a bestiality lawyer, defense
No.
lawyer. Florida
Oh,
bestiality
no.
defense lawyer.
Florida's cooked.
So if you need to hire someone, I'm not going to, he's not a sponsor and I'm not fucking advocating for that. So if you are into bestiality, don't listen to my show.
Yeah, you're fucked. I'm sorry.
Just don't
Again, I
listen
know
to
Kat's
We don't
parents are
support
listening,
this
but
here.
yeah. Yeah, boo. I'll chime in with the audience. Boo.
But the fact that came
Get
up
fucked.
as
Boo.
the
That's
second thing as a
crazy.
searched, it's like, is it illegal? It is. Who's a good lawyer?
Oh,
Well, I wanted to let
no.
you guys know on December 5th, I'm going to have a wedding with my cat, and I want to invite all y'all. So,
Oh my gosh.
And
Mark it on your calendars.
and MikeGlaw.com from Tampa will be in attendance.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Mark
That guy doesn't look like he's a good guy.
Oh,
He doesn't
no.
look like a good person.
I
We should
mean,
interview him. Just kidding. I don't want to give that guy time.
How do you even get
Your
into
cats
that?
have an
Like,
Instagram?
no, I
Is that the guy? Can
That's
I
the
see
guy.
him? Let's see.
that honestly that
I mean,
looks yep.
He does. He looks like the reason why he learned the law was for personal gain.
Personal
Oh, no.
experience.
I did have one other question.
Shoot.
That is unrelated to tattoos. It's not really a question,
For who?
but for Kat. Something that I think is cool to highlight, and I would love for you to share with other people, is that you recently in the last year made a giant sculpture of a
Oh,
Pop-Tart
yeah.
for the
Uh-huh.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yep.
So please, not everyone gets to do
cool.
that
Yeah.
on
It's
multiple levels. So please tell us
absolutely-
all about that. And
the
I think
fuck's a popcorn bowl?
Pop-Tart Bowl.
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart Bowl. Like,
The one
Sponsored
that's
by
held
Pop-Tart.
in Camping World
I
Stadium?
have no idea what that is.
for college.
I didn't know what it was either until
College
she did
sports
it.
don't
You hate
matter.
college sports.
They don't matter until they
I
actually
didn't know
get
what it
it.
was
Like,
either. I don't know anything about
That's-
sports.
I mean, to be fair, I don't care about sports at
Chick-fil-A
all.
bowl, that's a-
Oh yeah, you
There's a
mean that?
Chick-fil-A bowl?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The Lord's Bowl?
And a Cheez-It bowl. The Cheez-Its bowl is also held here.
Tostitos has one.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh, yeah, I
bunch.
knew about that.
I
Yeah.
want a Takis bowl. Because
So that's cool.
Takis are good.
Pop-Tart?
I love food.
Yeah.
So what
I love
Pop-Tart
Pop-Tart.
flavor was it?
It was the strawberry.
Okay.
So if you know anything about the Pop-Tart bowl, it has a lot of lore.
I did not know
The
this.
first Pop-Tart bowl was in what year is it? 2025 was in 2024.
Mhm.
Wait,
And
really? It's that new of a thing?
or maybe 2023.
That's crazy.
I think it was 2023.
Wow.
But
Okay.
they have their mascot's the strawberry Pop-Tart, and they sacrificed him into a toaster. You should look it up. It's so funny.
I've actually seen that.
Yeah,
They
and then
sacrificed?
he went down into the toaster, and then out popped a giant edible Pop-Tart. And the pictures are so gruesome because it's the red one, and they only left the eyes. It was so funny. And so I have tattooed one of the people who manages the marketing team. And so she messaged me and she was like, hey, I know you do sculptures. We need a 6-foot Pop-Tart for the Pop-Tart bowl. Do you think you could do this? And I was like, I don't know if I can, but I want to.
I need you to send me that.
Okay.
I should.
So
Well,
you
were you
made
going to say more on it? Sorry.
No, I already want to know. Like, so you made
can
a
show you a
6-foot
Yeah, it was 6 feet tall.
animatronic or just let
took
No, it
multiple
was just
weeks.
standing. It took me a month. And
You're like texting me process photos of it, and you're
It
like,
was
I don't know how this is going to turn out.
crazy.
Like, I have no idea.
so this is the drawing.
Oh!
And then in progress, it's made out of foam,
Oh my god!
It's amazing.
and that's the finished product.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
You should make one of those like Arthur. How much would it cost for us to commission you to make just a giant foam sculpture of Arthur?
Wait, how
Well-
much is that? Wait, can it also be a caricature? Not really me. I don't really want it to look
Wait,
like
how
me.
did you get that job?
So
Bro,
I
didn't you
know
hear she
someone-
tattooed the marketing manager?
Yeah, one of the
Oh, okay,
marketing
okay.
managers. Yeah.
That's cool.
And
Art can lead to places.
yeah.
Wow.
That's so fucking badass.
That's so cool.
So it
Are
was
that Santeria candles?
yeah.
Why?
So they had him. I didn't know what they were doing with
We
him.
put Santeria candles with his name.
Because he got sacrificed.
He was
That the-
sacrificed, so it was an
understand.
in memoriam
I know,
of the
but-
strawberry.
I understand that.
I
But
like
the
that.
fact that they went and got candles made right after.
It's
I guess
amazing.
if you did the sculpture, you might as well go all in on the bit.
Well, I had nothing to do with
Not
the
you, but I'm
candles.
saying them.
But yeah, no, they went. They had pamphlets. It was
Amazing.
like a funeral in
I
memoriam.
didn't know about this.
And then during the football game, you should look this up because it's
This
crazy.
is insane.
They had 3
Yeah,
flavors
please send me this.
fight to be the one that was sacrificed, and then the winning team got to eat the sacrifice. But in the middle of all of this, they had the eaten strawberry from last year mascot come out as like a ghost. Like
What?
This is
he was
wild.
like they
This
resurrected
is so
him.
cool.
It's so funny. They go.
What
in-
flavor won?
Oh, I don't remember.
So
Hot fudge, maybe.
my question, I have no idea. You're looking at me like I'm supposed to
I
know
don't
these
know.
things. I have
I
no
should
idea.
probably
But
know. I
my
don't
question
remember.
is like, there's all this lore about the Pop-Tart, but like, what is the actual game? This is because it's a Pop-Tart bowl. So this has nothing to
It's
do
a
with actual
football game.
Pop-Tarts.
It's college football.
No.
Yeah, I know, but like, who was playing? Because all the
Oh.
lore's about the Pop-Tarts. Like,
So-
you don't know. You have
Well,
nothing. You don't
yeah.
know anything about
I'm
the
not-
actual
I
game.
It was
do not.
Iowa.
It's
Iowa
wild. I don't
State-
either.
Iowa State versus Miami was
Okay.
last
Oh,
year's
yeah.
game, and it was a 1-point game. Iowa State won. Previous year, it was
This
North
is
Carolina
insane.
State versus Kansas State. Kansas State won, and it used to be called the Cheez-It Bowl from 2020
yeah.
to 2022, and it's
Oh,
Pop-Tarts
Yeah.
Bowl, which
Oh.
we all say Pop-Tart.
didn't know about
Yeah.
that.
And it started off
Because no one only
as
eats one. What
the
kind of savage only
the
eats one?
sunshine
It's like
classic.
Pop-Tarts,
A man with self-control.
Like, possessive.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just was
possessive.
talking about multiples.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I guess you could. Yeah.
Yo,
Are
that's
those
so cool.
mainlining
That's
those
like
things?
that's like a
This is owned by
really,
It was
really cool thing.
crazy. I didn't think it was real for a long time, and then I started actually making it, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, this is real. And I'm kind of sad that they still have it because I would like to have it in my yard.
That's such
Be
an
pretty
amazing
sick.
story.
Yeah.
You say, hey, by the way, fun fact, Pop-Tarts Bowl, like I made the little statue outside in
Right.
in memoriam.
And it was like a photo op, so there are so many people that have a picture of him in the background of their
Do
pictures.
you have like credit on it or no? Like on somewhere on the
I don't-
sculpture?
Maybe.
If you wanted to make another one, I would help you, and we could like just take it all around Orlando
That's
and do little photo
honestly-
pictures or little photo
Does it
ops
have
of
to
it.
be a Pop Tart, or is there another food that you would like to make us go?
Do you like a thing of broccoli or a
Honestly,
Cheez-It?
the Pop-Tart was pretty easy to do because of the shape.
Don't tell them.
I mean, the arms and the legs were difficult, but
Had some solid knees on them. He had some solid knees.
Yeah,
Wait.
thank you. And that's the one thing because I can't help myself, so I was looking what everyone was saying, and there were some high-profile people like at Barstool and people like that were
Barstool Sports is all of them, man.
that they were
I just think
like
that guy
they were
yelling at people about
commenting.
pizza.
One bite only.
Dave
Only one
Courtney.
bite. Yeah.
But they were like commenting about the statue. So I was looking at the comments, and a lot of them were like, "Oh my god, why are his thighs so thick? Why is his calves so thick?" And I
That
was like,
ass dough.
oh my gosh! Now I'm like self-conscious
No,
about
what you
how
should have
big
answered
his
is like,
calves.
could you imagine being completely full of jelly in a box-shaped person?
That's
you
like
have some,
you
that's a
hear,
heavy
like-
load.
I know.
Or you can say he was having a fight to the death and he was training you, fucking
exactly.
plebe.
And
God.
I was looking at the mascot from the last year, and he had some pretty impressive, or she had some pretty impressive calves.
Yeah.
So-
Dude,
gender
that's like
neutral
when
patient.
people like weigh 600 pounds and then lose a bunch of weight. Like everyone's just like, man, like you have miraculous legs. And it's like, yeah,
So
I
the cinnamon
carried around
roll-
hundreds of pounds.
Oh,
Cinnamon
the
roll
Pop-Tart
was
guy.
the one that got eaten. They got
Oh.
toasted,
yeah. he got
and the one that they
toasted.
ate was cinnamon roll.
To be
That's
fair,
it.
cinnamon roll's delicious.
No,
The best one is the
let's see. I have
the
one.
s'mores or like the hot fudge sundae.
That's fair.
I of all time, not just regular, like I'm saying even limited edition. S'mores or hot fudge sundae?
I'm not a huge Pop-Tart person.
Yeah, I'm a
Which
traditionalist.
don't tell them that. I
Don't tell
tried
who- You just told them that.
I know.
Because you know they follow.
Hopefully they don't
Barstool
listen.
listens to us weekly.
Yeah, I actually got one of
Obviously.
those guys on my like, what's the thing called when I'm spacing?
Close
When-
friends.
Yeah, on my dial tone, like on the iPhone when I open it up. They're in my
Oh.
top 5, so I can just
Oh,
call them by
wow.
hitting a button.
Do you remember when
My favorites?
like
Yeah, favorites. Thank
Yeah.
you. Gosh.
like AT&T
You're suppressing the button.
like they
Your
had like
t- your
a top five.
Yeah.
So I do remember that.
What in the MySpace page?
MySpace had a top
Honestly.
8. So the other day I was at a film lab in Lakeland. My girlfriend and I went to Lakeland for the day, which was really cool actually. There's all like it wasn't cool 10 years ago, but there's all kinds of cool stuff now. And there's a new film lab, and what the owner did was he found an old payphone that was still working, and he hooked it up to the landline, and he mounted it to the wall, and it's on a working landline, and to use it you have to put in a quarter, so he has a cup of quarters on top
Aw.
of the payphone, and people like customers will come into the shop, grab a quarter, put it in, and call people and use it. And then like I mean that's like part of like the staple of like going into the film store. And so
That's
like
so fun.
I inserted a quarter. No, first I inserted a quarter, and then I heard a dial tone, which I completely forgot what the sound of a dial tone sounded like. And that, and then that blew my mind. And then I called my mom, and was like, "I called you from a payphone."
You know,
It was amazing, like absolutely incredible.
I'm really talking about my age, but I do want to go back to Battle of Pop-Tarts. But I am talking about my age when I've seen horror movies where you used to get like, oh, I'm only hearing a dial tone, like I can't ring.
Yeah.
And now everyone's on cell phones. So like the hanging up and click thing is not as
It's
like
not satisfying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Hanging up on someone angrily doesn't happen anymore.
No.
It's
So,
just still the same.
You know that
words.
thing where it says, "Hey, can you mimic, talking on a phone?"
Yeah, and kids
And
do the whole
Yeah,
palm.
They do this. They do the
TikTok,
palm
Yeah,
now.
same thing.
Yeah.
Rolling down the window.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
this. They just hit the
Button.
button. They
Yeah.
don't roll it down.
Yeah,
That
So
makes me
sad.
feel old.
yeah.
I
People don't do
always-
that. The fact that people don't do that, but you got terrible podcasting. But making your fingers like a banana or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
is like that
yeah,
shape. People don't do that
Yeah.
anymore.
The
I
hang
have-
What's
10.
up, Hang
Hang
10?
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like such a specific memory of my dad, like all throughout the 90s, going, yeah, back in the 80s, we did this. And I remember just like being so puzzled by like all those references.
Yep.
Not even what he was talking about, just the fact that he would say back in the 80s. And that was just such a common thing that he'd say to me growing up. And then now we have these conversations about dial tones and stuff. And I was just like, shit, like this is like our version of like my dad
Yeah.
being
Back
like,
in the normal
back in the
2000s?
The
80s.
2000s.
Like,
Why are you talking about that like it's
mind-boggled.
prehistoric era? This wasn't
Oh
the
my
Renaissance,
gosh.
you son of
Yeah.
a bitch. So back to the
Cat
Pop
sets.
Tarts. Kat,
Yeah.
you said top 2 Pop Tarts were s'mores and what?
Oh, hot fudge sundae.
Because we didn't go around the room. I need to know what your favorites are so I can judge you quietly. Hot fudge sundae and s'mores.
Yeah.
John.
For me, there's only one answer, so it's always frosted. I don't like the unfrosted Pop Tarts,
Oh, yeah.
but it's blueberry.
Ooh,
Oh.
wild blueberry or blueberry?
I think it's just regular blueberry.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a wild berry, blueberry.
It's just blueberry.
Dude, the s'mores all day. Heat it up in the toaster.
And I don't heat it up. I just eat it out of the...
Bro, you got to get the melt.
Who hurt you?
What?
Get it
I'd
a
rather
little
have... If I'm
toasty.
going to do that, I'd rather have a toaster strudel.
That's
Oh,
fair.
Yeah, but they're still
Yeah,
different.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah, but if I'm going to do...
Oh.
I don't want it hot. I don't like it. I just want to...
Can I also say that as someone who is, I think honestly probably because of OCD, is very, even though I drink alcohol and do a bunch of other things that are not good, I'm sure, I get very borderline obsessed with like what's healthy and what's not. And this is not actually healthy, but it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing is Trader Joe's Pop-Tarts. They have organic ones, their own version, so you can feel like a bit better. But they're really good. They're
Trader Joe's food.
They're super delicious.
Excellent.
Though I'm sure they're still not good for you because of sugar. But yeah.
So the number one highest sold Pop-Tart flavor is frosted strawberry.
Oh,
So
I mean,
that
it's pretty good.
sense.
It's
That's-
a goated one for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a goated for one.
Yeah.
For sure. One of the ones that like less known, they make a snickerdoodle one.
shut the fuck up.
They also just introduced Girl Scout cookies ones.
Frosted blueberry. Ooh.
So there's a Thin Mint and then whatever
Samoas? The
So-
coconut
Yeah,
delights are now
the
they're called coconut delights.
Yeah,
A
the
friend.
coconut one.
Oh, sorry.
The Thin Mint one is very
Interesting.
disappointing.
That sounds disappointing.
I tried it.
Thin
and I
mints are
hated it.
disappointing as a regular cookie.
A friend of mine, one
No.
of my
I
friends.
love Thin Mints.
Oh, I will die on this hill.
You put it in the refrigerator.
I will
What
die
about the
on
Tagalongs?
They gotta be cold.
Or the little, not the Tagalongs, the peanut butter and chocolate ones.
That's delicious. I will
Oh
die.
my God.
I will die on this hill that
It's a sexual experience in your mouth
Oh
in
my
the form
God.
of food. Like,
we will touch on that later.
Every time.
sorry, Cats parents. I was deprived until I was 30 years old.
I-
Really?
Yeah, no, I was saying from anything sexual because I was religious.
Oh.
So now I just
thought
make
you
up
meant Girl
no.
Scout cookies.
Now I just say horrible things all the time because
You were
nothing's holding me
repressed.
back. Yeah.
So someone ranked all the top 10 Pop-Tart flavors that weren't strawberry.
Okay.
Number one, we're just going to fuck it because we're going to go to winner because we don't care about anything else, right? We'll do top 5. So number 1 was the frosted raspberry.
Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's
Okay.
I didn't know that was a...
All right.
That sounds
We
good.
got to take a trip to Walmart. I'm sure they have every one imaginable.
No,
That's
no.
true.
Well, those are probably out of date. S'mores is number 2.
I'll still
Number
eat
3
it.
is frosted cherry, which is my favorite.
Okay, for us.
That and cinnamon. Like cinnamon rolls.
Brown sugar cinnamon?
Yeah, it's brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, brown
That's
sugar
goated.
cinnamon rips. I forgot about
Yeah,
that one.
it's like a fucking banger. It's tried true.
That's
You
true.
never really get tired of it. I
Yeah.
like brown sugar cinnamon. Frosted strawberry did end up being number 4 for them. 5 is brown sugar cinnamon. 6 is the one cookies and cream Oreo. I forgot.
Oh.
I didn't remember it
about that.
existed.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
okay.
Yeah. Enough of the Pop-Tart talk. Because I was like, I just was curious what
Yeah.
everyone's thought
Can I
was.
say one
interesting.
note on that?
Of course.
Is so one of my really good friends lives in France.
They have
who
Pop-Tarts at Quit
you
over
know
there.
about. What'd
Yeah.
you say?
They have Pop-Tarts at Surrender over there.
No.
I want to see John's face when I made that joke.
Boo, this guy stinks.
Oh.
Tomato,
They don't
tomato,
make
tomato.
Pop-Tarts there because they have souls and morals.
And they eat real food.
and they eat real food.
They make
But
croissant.
yeah, but a couple years ago we did a package exchange where she sent me a bunch of French things and I sent her a bunch of American things specifically because she was like, there's things that we're not even allowed to sell here. And 2 of them were Pringles and Pop-Tarts.
Because they're not real.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's all fake.
1000%.
They're-
So she was very excited and I literally,
Aw.
I mailed her a box of Pop-Tarts.
I wanted to do that with a friend. I have a friend in Liverpool. His name is David. And
Incredible.
he's
That's
constantly, and he's like, hey man, whenever you're in town, we'll take you to a bunch of bars, blah, blah. And we just talk. And one of the most interesting things, especially in the nature of this podcast, they don't have liquor stores.
In Liverpool?
They don't have like full liquor stores. What they have is
In
a
the
grocery
UK
store.
or Liverpool?
Well, I guess his neighborhood, maybe in the UK,
That's
but
fucking
they don't have
crazy.
like an ABC or Total Wine.
Yeah.
Like what we have like a full store devoted to liquor, or spirits, wines, beers. They don't have that. They have like convenience stores that have liquor, but almost everything has to get bought at the distillery and shipped to you, or you have to go pick it up at the distillery. And I realized that Americans have a problem. That we
Yeah.
created a department store for liquor. During
Yeah.
a pandemic, liquor stores flourished. And over
Line was
there,
down the street.
yeah, like ABC's right 5 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, I have to order that and wait a couple days. I could pause you and go pick it up and come back. And I would have those bottles you have to order.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you have really unique lives in America was like, what the fuck does
That's
that
a
mean?
nice
I
way to
remember-
say it.
So like this is probably like 15 or I don't know. It was maybe like 10 years ago. I went to this is random whole backstory, whatever. I went to Zambia, and they had
This
a
man just drops like
I know.
lore pieces that just
This
like,
may
Oh.
be a dumb question.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Southern Africa, not South Africa,
Okay.
but in Southern Africa, like the continent.
Okay.
So it's above South Africa. But I went to the supermarket there, which is like their supermarket is the equivalent of like at least the one in the town that I was at is like an IGA. Like it's not a Publix, but it's like it's an IGA. That's the closest equivalent. But I remember going and walking down their milk aisle and being so utterly blown away because there was only one type of milk. And then I came and there was only one type of butter. And then like you went to like the medicine aisle and there was like only one type of like Tylenol and there was only one type of like stomach medication. And then I go back to America and it's like 15 types of milk, 2%, organic, 5%, 6%, 10%. And I just remember being like, what the fuck is going on here?
even in countries like so Dominican Republic, they have very it's a third world
Yeah.
country essentially, but we have very like you just get milk. If you want
That's what it was. It
if
was
you-
literally the supermarket. It was
just-
a big supermarket.
You just get milk. If you want
Like-
antibiotics, you can buy them next to the Tylenol. You have one
Yeah.
Tylenol. If you want Tylenol PM, just drink it with alcohol. What do you mean, sir?
Yeah.
You're trying to go to sleep and pain relief? Just fucking here.
I've been to the DR 4 times.
Cheat. Cat.
Were you doing
but
Lord's work?
I was doing
Hell
the
yeah.
Lord's work.
What is
in
the
high
Lord's
school.
work?
I was on a mission trip with
Really?
my high
In
school
Dominican
youth
Republic?
group. Yeah.
How was that? Did you respond well? Because Dominicans are dicks.
So it was really interesting because we were at a school.
I don't think
the
you
whole
expected
time.
me to say that, did you? As a Dominican, we're dicks. Like,
A lot of the people I met were very lovely.
yeah,
But
yeah. I'm
we-
not saying we're terrible people. We're just dicks.
That's
Like,
fine.
go.
we weren't unfortunately allowed to really interact with anyone other than the people at the school. But
Your
there was
safety.
one time that I went in December and there was just 4 of us. And we got to like go around town and go to the store. And it was always funny as like I came from a very small town in Ohio.
Where in Ohio?
Not many, Northwest Ohio. So like by Toledo.
Okay.
Not many minorities. And then going to the DR and I was like, holy crap.
They were good. They were nice people, right?
Yeah. Well, and there was a lot of like yelling at us because we were white.
Not yelling. That's how we talk.
That's
How
well,
we
it was
talk.
like no, it was like they were like it's like Chica Blanca or something like that, like a
Oh.
lot.
Chica Blanca.
And because we were littler, it was very odd. But
Mission trips are
it was
wild.
beautiful. The country's
Oh,
gorgeous.
the country's Dominican Republic's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
And I say this for I'm Dominican,
Yeah.
so please, none of you could maybe say this. 'Cause I think there's like 1/10 of you might be near my island. I don't know what you are.
One
John,
time.
John, I'm talking about
you
John.
Might be
are.
near my
like you know I'm
islands.
Puerto Rican.
I know you're Puerto Rican, but remember, fucking same boat, different stops. So there's a lot of like,
There's
Like,
shared ancestry.
yeah, same boat, different stops. It's a slavery joke for anyone at home. It's like, what does he
Oh.
mean?
Oh.
Like,
It's true.
it's true. It's a real joke.
Oh.
like,
That's
it's unfortunate, but it's
Yeah.
it's historic.
I mean, yeah, it's history.
Historically accurate.
Historically
Yeah.
accurate. If I say something I'm lying about, someone at home could tell me to shut the fuck up. But like,
Yeah.
but one of the things about Dominicans, especially in the island, it's gorgeous. We're very
Yeah.
family oriented, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, but it's a poor country.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
there are times when I'm even there. I'm a Dominican dude, and my uncle was giving me a gun, said, "Hey, this is for your own safety." They know you're American, but I'm Dominican. They're like that. You don't count. You're Dominican light. You're like
Yeah.
the Coke Zero of Dominicans. Like you don't count. Someone's gonna try to rob you because they know you have American
Yeah.
money. I was like, oh. So whatever my friends who are American or white, I'll just say white guys do. Like my friend Kevin, I was like, you're not allowed on that island without me, man. He's like, oh no, I'll be fine. I was like, no, no, they're gonna rob you.
I'm sorry.
They're gonna rob you. Or a Dominican woman's gonna get you to get her pregnant, and then she's gonna do this whole thing.
That'd be a
she's
pretty cool story, though.
not what? I mean, it's like a movie Taken, but in DR. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, but give back my white friend.
The DR is where I fell in love with passion fruit.
Oh,
We had a family
I
that
wish
made...
you were. I wish you wanted to. I wish you had told me that a week ago because I had passion fruit simple syrup. I just
No
tossed.
way. No.
I just tossed.
I love passion fruit. We had
Yes.
a local family made passion fruit juice for us for the breakfast in the morning. I could have drank that whole jug.
Shouts to Tamara from Tamara or Tamara, whatever they want to call her, from Permanent Vacation. I asked her for a cocktail recipe for a group, and she put me on to get. She's like passion fruit pulp from Bravo Supermarket. It's not a sponsor, but if they want to throw me money, they can. And you put that together to make a giant simple syrup, and I made this giant bottle, and that thing slapped. So you fell in love with passion fruit in Dominican Republic.
Oh yeah.
Did you fall in love with anything in Zambia, David?
It's a good question. Man, it was actually like really moving in a lot of ways because the people that I stayed with were Zambians. And I guess this is a roundabout question, but or a roundabout answer. I don't know that I specifically fell in love with one thing as much as I still, like a decade later, think about the guy that we stayed with who is probably like in his early 40s. And like, I'm not religious, but like...
Why were you out there?
Were
you doing the Lord's work like her?
Sort of. I was adjacent. I was Lord's work adjacent. So my
You're giving Chick-fil-A sandwiches?
No, my ex-wife used to live there as a missionary. And after we got together, she was no longer a missionary. We were just living in the States. And she always wanted to go back and visit and would always talk about it. So we went and visited there and stayed with like the people that she used to live with. So we weren't doing like a mission trip per se. We literally were just visiting. But we stayed with our friend Agrippa, who is from Zambia. And he really just felt like, I mean, I guess he would say God like called him to basically devote his life to opening like an orphanage there. And I feel like a lot of times you see orphanages and they're like someone that is from another country coming in and like trying to save like those people. But like, this is literally his life. Like he grew up there, and realized that like he could make a difference in like his community. And so he like literally started an orphanage, and like he's done that for over a decade now. And like they've put like so many kids through college. And like, even though I'm in such a different life place now, like a decade later, like I still have like a fondness for that person and that whole entire experience, because I truly have never met or seen anyone like that, or like seen or met someone with like a heart like that to just like genuinely serve people, and see a difference in their lives. And so I don't know, like, I don't know if there's one thing that I specifically fell in love with. Like,
that sounds like you did.
Yeah, I guess
that sounds like something that resonated with you a lifetime later.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Something that hits different. That's a whole experience and a whole frame of mind of a human being that that still hits, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You fell in love with someone's like a human being.
For sure.
Like, not love in the biblical way for you guys at home. But that's still fucking awesome. I love the fact that he wanted to make a difference in an orphanage.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's funny is
you are one of David drops this random lore. It's like a random backstory. He's like, back in I was in Nam. How old are you?
You know what's funny? This is true. There's a lot of stories like that. You know what's funny is
what were you doing in Nam?
Like
war.
I literally
you were 6.
I definitely feel like Forrest Gump a lot of the time. Like where it's just like he has an interaction with the president and like doesn't really like realize that he's with the president and just like drops his pants to show him his bullet wound. Like I feel like that a lot.
Shot in the buttocks.
Yeah. And it's just like, bro, you don't say that to the president.
He did,
but he did, and it's like I 100%
well, this president, you
that.
show me buttocks.
But really quick,
if you're a minor.
so
that's awesome.
Like I don't know, this person's never going to hear this, but
who is this person?
The guy in Zambia, Agrippa, who ran the children's home. So I think he realized that because they're in Zambia, they don't have a huge access to like electronics and in particular cell phones. So he realized that when his friends from the United States came, they could just go to Walmart and get a cell phone for like $50, and then he could flip it for like $300 in Zambia. So we brought him a bunch of cell phones because he beforehand was like, hey, like, can you go by the Walmart or whatever it is and just get me a couple of these because it's going to be worth so much more, and that money's going to go so much farther for me to do stuff here.
That's actually a fucking great deal.
Yeah.
And like, that is just like cemented in my mind. That's another thing that's cemented in my mind because it didn't feel wrong at all. Like, it was just like,
illegal.
Maybe it was, but
technically
like,
not
he
illegal.
found a good hustle that like actually was benefiting his life and others.
Technically not illegal.
I don't think it's illegal at all. Like,
It's not illegal. If he did it the other way, it would be illegal because he has to declare it coming back into the United States.
yeah.
He has to
When you have to declare it when you go there.
No.
Like, when they ask you a reason.
Not
for
if there's
being in
just
the
two
country.
phones and you're
No,
not like
there's like
bringing
3
like
cell phones. We need burners in case
How
I
many
lose
did
my
you
phone.
bring? Like,
It's not like he
just
bought
like
a crate
two.
of cell phones.
Oh, just
but
like
still,
two?
that was a few $100s to them.
Oh, you made it seem
Like,
like there was like.
He didn't bring like a crate of
bunch.
cell.
No, but still,
Right?
the flip was
It's a whole
significant.
suitcase.
I thought you had
Like,
a whole suitcase.
The flip was like we were spending $45 or $50 on these, and he was flipping them for like hundreds of dollars. So it's just like even though there's a couple, it was still a significant flip.
I'm still not mad at it, but we should probably look up that law. Someone else Google
Yeah.
that. I've looked up enough illegal shit on my cell phone today.
Yeah,
I'm not looking up
You went in
anything.
incognito mode.
Yeah, but I found out there was a whole article about that where like
They can still see it.
They can still see it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just makes you feel better.
Incognito
Yeah.
mode has
It
seen
makes
some
you
wild
feel
shit
better.
on my end.
Yeah. I will say I feel like my answer was a little superficial after hearing yours.
No, everyone's.
I like passion fruit. This man changed my perspective on my life.
I mean,
David
I have
out
a
here.
lot of things that I like.
David
that are
out here
way more
dropping like
simple.
the deepest lore
know.
from everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should dig
I really like
deeper into
passion
like why you
fruit.
have so many cats. I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I have threatened to have an intervention for Cat.
It is. A lot of people have.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not alone.
That's not a. So let's be clear, and this is not judgment.
It might be a little judgment.
No, it's
I
not
love you,
judgment.
Cat. It might be a little.
I'm not judging
I'm
'cause-
so used to it.
Look, no, this is. I'm going to say this out loud. I don't live her life. I don't.
Fair.
So
Yeah,
what
that's also
she
true.
does, as long as it's legal
Amen.
and consenting adults, I don't fucking care. No offense. That's you. What makes you happy makes you happy. If what makes you happy because you have a car but you still run for no good reason. We invented transportation. Both of you.
We
at the
gave you
end.
wheels.
Yeah, you know you
We
don't
gave
have to do that
It's the same
anymore.
reason why when people are like, I love sushi. We invented fire to not have to do that.
I love sushi.
Yeah, all of you are
Sushi's so
weird.
good.
All of you are
That's
fucking
so-
weird.
Sushi's
God.
incredible.
I know John's gonna be like, oh, you're not open minded.
No,
I've tried.
what I'll say is that they also have like non-raw sushi.
I know, and I
Yeah.
love that shit. But what I mean is raw sushi. Fucking, that's why you have parasites. All of you.
I probably do, unfortunately. A weird thing hanging out of my butt this morning.
Oh,
Is that what that
gosh.
was?
That was.
Oh,
You
man.
need better toilet paper. Listen, Cat. What I'm saying is, I don't judge you for having 13 cats. Whatever makes you
I don't
happy
actually
makes
judge
you
you
happy.
either.
I know he doesn't, but I'm saying for the people at home, if you're judging her, I'm sure
Get fucked.
you ended up at a Coldplay concert with the wrong person.
Yeah.
So.
He stepped down, by the way. He stepped down.
Oh no!
from his
Yeah,
company.
his
Yeah,
on LinkedIn, they were his position was open the next day.
That's crazy.
And his
His-
daughter posted on TikTok.
His
Wow.
wife changed her last name on all socials
Yep.
and deactivated her IG within minutes.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Someone sent her the
I miss
video
you.
and,
And then she
said
was like,
nope.
nah.
And here's the best part about all this, and because I'm always about people who are cheaters getting fucked. There's no way to deny the infidelity.
I mean,
there's
the
no
way they reacted.
There's no way to deny it. Like prenup or not, I'm pretty sure infidelity. She's leaving with half at
yeah.
least.
Oh yeah.
Like that man's life is ruined. Good for you, my
And
man.
for what?
Enough of that. Because fuck him, he doesn't deserve more attention. That thing's everywhere. Tell me about these 13 cats and why you have 13.
Okay.
My favorite number, by the way. Second favorite.
Me
number.
too.
Yeah.
I've always loved cats. I grew up in Ohio. I moved to Florida in 2018. Did not realize how bad the cat population was. So when my husband and I moved into our first apartment, there were cats everywhere, and we would feed them because I love them so much. One of the cats got pregnant, disappeared, and then about a week later, we were on the second floor. She went up the steps with each individual kitten and put them in front of our door.
I love that.
And Jacob opened the door to go to work and shut the door, quietly walked back in, and I was like, what's wrong? He's like, there are kittens in front of our door. I was like, Are you serious? So we had
Your husband, Jacob,
yeah.
he's much more calm than me.
Are you so excited?
I would open the door. There's a fuck ton of cats here. I'm taking them.
I would have started crying
Get
if I had
Benadryl.
opened that door. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? But it was really funny because I think he was also just shocked because
Shouts
he's like,
to Jacob for being
what?
Bro, we're
Much
in a
calmer.
simulation. I just every time I hear a story like this, I'm like, nothing's real. Like literally, nothing's real.
That's cool.
There were 6 of them. She had to individually carry all 6 up 2 flights of stairs.
I mean, they're light. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but
that's a lot of work for a little
knowingly
cat.
or unknowingly, she chose you.
Yeah, we were
Bro.
chosen.
It was a joke of cats were like maybe the size of an infant. They would be much more. They would kill all of us or some shit like
Oh,
that. It's like, cats would
absolutely.
kill, yeah, I'm not.
No
I'm not putting any of that
hesitation.
strength behind. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's cool.
that's fucking
But,
awesome. So you,
yeah,
so
so
you, but that's
we-
still only 6, maybe 7 if you count the mom.
We already had 3 at the time,
9. So now
and
we're at 9,
so
maybe 10.
we ended up fostering the kittens
Uh huh.
because I didn't know anything at that point about
There was
like
a photographer who
fostering,
turned you down on
etc.
taking them.
And that's
This is later on. Yeah.
yeah. This was like 2018, 2019,
Mhm.
and then we were fostering them in our 1-bedroom apartment. So we had 6 kittens in our bathroom.
You don't just get to walk by the 1-bedroom apartment with like 10 cats. What?
it was really bad. We only had them for a little while,
Okay,
but
okay.
it was we didn't know what to do.
You did the right thing.
So we ended up fostering them for a little while, and then I don't know how we got them adopted somehow. But then it all just kind of like they just kept finding me. Like I kept finding pregnant cats or litters of kittens. And so we just ended up with all of these cats.
This is somewhere like on, instead of Black Twitter, it's like Cat Twitter. Like they
It's
were like, "Yo, shouts
crazy.
to Cat. She already has a name like us, so like yeah, we're just gonna bring like she
They
good
just
people."
found me. And then when people found out that I was doing fostering, they would reach out to me like, "You foster kittens. I have kittens. Can you take them?" And I can't say no. So I just ended up with so many, and it was really hard to get cats adopted after a certain point.
Yeah, because everyone wants a kitten. They don't want like a
Mhm.
grown cat.
Yeah. So we ended up just getting stuck with a bunch of them. And then because I'm way too nice, I had a lot of people take advantage of me and just kind of dump cats on me. So we have a lot of medical cases of cats that are stuck with us,
Yeah.
and we just don't know what to do with them. So
Fuck.
they're cute, they're fun, but it is a lot of work.
There has to be like a local like vet's office that would probably love to help you.
There are so many cats that need help right now that it's like
It is
It's
a
yeah.
problem.
Like-
That's how I have
Yeah.
all my cats. I used
I
to
was
feed
about to
them
say,
outside.
John's
Yeah.
one of the people like
Yeah.
he would take a grown cat. Like he's just,
Aw.
this is my cat now.
They would
and
follow me
that's
home.
why we should discuss the importance of TNR, which is trap, neuter, release.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And get all the outside cats fixed so we don't have this problem anymore.
100%.
So that reminded me of a real life thing that you probably could see on your way out of here.
Uh-huh.
So at some point, I realized my neighborhood had I like to call them like it's the warriors of cats.
Okay.
Like it's a whole local gang. And this is a real. I wish I was making any of this up. Because I was, what the fuck is happening here? So my dogs would randomly just run outside like they were chasing something. I was like,
Yeah.
what are y'all seeing? And I realized because I have a cat on the side of the house, but there was 2 cats.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Too friendly. Someone is feeding you.
Yep.
Like there's no way that you're just vibing next to me like humans are cool. It's like you didn't know this. Someone fed you.
Oh yeah.
I find out that my college next door neighbors who built their own skate ramp, which is a whole fucking different story, that lore that's hilarious. Because they didn't own the house, but they built the whole ass skate ramp.
That's amazing.
I'll show you right now when we're done here. They were feeding them, and the cats thought the neighbors must be cool because these motherfuckers are giving me food.
Uh-huh.
And I have no beef with cats. I like cats. So I was like, you need to go. You could die. I have 2 dogs who don't know you're cool.
Yeah.
They're protecting the house.
Yeah.
They don't mean harm, but they think you are invading our space.
Exactly.
Whatever. I was like, I didn't see the cats for a while. Suddenly, like 12 kittens or some random high amount of kittens. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And they are just coming up to me like, Dad?
Oh
No.
Get
No.
out of here.
No, you're going to die in this house. Stop. And I moved on. I'm walking my dogs at some point, and I realized that there's an old man and an old lady with an umbrella and a cooler walking back and forth. Every day I seem to do this routine. I was like, what are they doing with this cooler? They have set up in these bushes near the side of the like neighborhood,
A little feeding station.
feeding, and they have kitty litter. like 2 kitty litter stations and food and water for the
Literally
cats.
insane.
And I'm like, and I see that there's a
Interesting.
gang of cats, and this is their home base,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just think every human is their slave. There's like everyone serves us, and we're cool, because it became now a fucking neighborhood thing.
Yeah.
They all like there were like 4 or 5 neighbors. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And I'm not mad at take care of the cats, but I was like, please tell me you neutered them.
Yeah.
I started seeing someone clip the ears. Like,
Yeah.
I was
If
like,
you
okay.
see the ears clipped,
I was
they're
like,
fixed.
Okay, you're doing the thing, because surely I was going to start seeing like 38 cats. In
Oh,
our neighborhood.
they multiply so fast.
But those cats just thought every human was cool. Like nothing was a problem.
wild.
To the point I'm lifting weights. John must have seen the video on my Snapchat a while back. I'm lifting weights in my garage. Garage door is open. Cat straight walks up, just walks into the garage like, "What's up, man? How many sets you got left?
like
What are you
turkey.
doing?
What's up, bro? I got next.
Yo, I got
Yeah.
next.
Can I work in?
Yeah, can I work in with you?" It's like, what the one? What? How do you bench? And 2, how'd you get in here? And he was just hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
And he turned and looked at the street back to me like he was keeping me safe. What are we doing here? Like,
Have you seen videos of like Istanbul and all the cats there? They're just everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like cows in India.
yeah.
oh yeah.
it's crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool, though.
That's cool that
Like,
you-
what do you take care of the cats? Like,
Yeah.
I think for me, like, it takes a special person to want to take care of animals,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Especially like animals. You know, cats can take care of themselves,
Yeah.
right? But why should they have to? And they shouldn't be outside anyway. They should be inside, you know. So
Yeah. It's really dangerous, especially in Florida.
yeah, people don't care.
Coyotes, alligators, dogs.
tons of stuff, right? So I think it's really cool that you have 13 cats, and that's your brand, and they know that's your brand, and they come to your house and they're just like, hey, you protect us, you feed us, you
Yeah.
help us. So
just-
that's really cool.
I just feel like there's some underground like conversation
I
happening
have
about
some
her
kind
too.
of like aura where they just find me.
At some point, I think they're marking your house and you don't know.
Like
they're
something's happening.
Like that lady there, she likes us.
That I will say, knock on wood, it's been a while since a new one has found me.
I hope tonight you do.
So it would be hilarious.
my
I will
Just to get
have to
based on the
message
show.
you.
I don't
Update.
update. Got a new cat.
That's the Pop-Tarts lady.
I'm gonna call it the last call because of the show. But I think that would be so fucking dope if we get a message today, David, like, "Hey, got a new cat.
Guess you found a cat.
Guess you found 2
I
cats."
like the first time I ever went to the Goodwill bins. I was so excited because I've never been there. I love thrifting. Walked in. Somebody else walked in with a cat and a towel, little kitten. And I was like, oh god, I'm leaving with this kitten, aren't I? And I left with that kitten.
Oh man,
And I've
that's so
never
cool.
been back.
My first dog was because I was working overnights. Not my first dog, but the dog that was mine. I was working overnights, and one of my employees walked in and was like, "Hey, there's some dude selling dogs puppies out of a box outside." It's like, what the fuck? And we talked about this off air, but I used to be a hoodlum that didn't really think about what I did. I just did the thing.
Yeah.
I did the thing, and afterwards, like, oh, I guess I probably should have been more careful there. No, I walked out. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, I need to find, like, there's too many puppies. I don't have room for them. And there were like 3 dogs that looked filthy,
Aw.
and they're like way too young. I was like, I'm like, I bet. And I picked up the box and started walking away. And he's like, no, I'm selling them. I was like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Yeah.
And the hoodlum in me, I didn't even hesitate. I was like, you could either walk away or I'm calling the cops, and either way I'm keeping these dogs, and or you could end up in jail. Pick.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is bullshit. I was like, do you want me to put down these dogs and we can talk about it? And he's like, fuck you. It's like, that's not an answer. I'm going to go back inside. Don't fucking walk in here.
Honestly,
And I walked back inside.
that's awesome. I wish I was more intimidating, just so that I could do stuff like that. But nobody would.
But
take
John met me
seriously.
during that early stage where I'm like, I'm trying not to be that guy anymore. And he's like, why? I was like, because it doesn't always end up well.
At least you're like trying to help help.
I was thinking about this recently. I had a friend who was downtown and he saw someone panhandling with a stroller, and he literally turns and goes, fuck you don't have a baby, and opens the thing, and sure enough they didn't have a baby inside of the stroller. And I was just like, I could never do anything like that, like literally at all. And my friend was just like, they didn't have a baby, I had to fucking expose them, like. And I was just like, that's crazy. Like, you are out of your goddamn mind.
No, the dude was like,
Wow.
he wouldn't try, because people will try. There's a subset of people that know that no one will go past this line, and they're not planning past that line. So I get to that line. I was like,
That just blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind.
that was great. I would have applauded him, and I would have taken the stroller.
I care.
John, did we not take the bike from the dude who stole from us? Did I not take the bite?
John doesn't want to talk about that.
I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah, John's winning the fifth.
The company I used to work for was a lot less soft stop, and some dude stole from us, and I shoulder tackled him into a wall. He hit his head. He fell off of a bike, and I'm almost certain he stole this bike because it looks like a little girl's bike, and he's a grown ass man. And he said my head hurts. I was like, it should. It hit the wall. And my best friend Kevin, this is when I knew Kevin was going to be my best friend forever. Instead of telling me, man, what are you doing? He starts looking around to make sure no one could see me. I was like, I fuck with you. And I took the bike and I took what he stole. And he's like, that's my bike. I'm like, you have a little girl's bike? And he's like, well, I have that bike. I was like, do you want to have this conversation again? And he's like, fuck you. I was like, go home. And I took the bike inside the building. I took my merchandise back in the building and I gave the bike to like one employee. He's like, do you have a daughter? She's like, yeah. I was like, here's a bike.
Yeah.
Now she has a bike.
Now she has a bike. This thief could go fuck himself. Last commercial break. When we get back, I do want to hear about tattoo nightmares and some stories that you might have from those tattooing. And guys, if there ever been a tattoo, I already know a tattoo I don't like, but is there ever a tattoo that you're like, man?
I'm pretty certain that I have asked Kat if she would be open to tattooing like penises or buttholes. And she's been like, absolutely not. Why are you asking me that?
With that,
so that's a great commercial.
we will be hearing from our friends at Run BMT and John with no age. Be right back, guys. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you in part by Coach John Estrada of Run BMT Training, longtime supporter of the show and an absolute beast on the pavement. And for the record, this man just crushed the LA Marathon. And if you're looking to level up your running game, John's the coach to get you there. That's John with no age. Trust me, he's going to correct you. Whether you're training for your first 5K or tackling a full marathon, Run BMT, the coach is there, and John will have you running smarter, faster, and injury-free. So if you need expert coaching, hit up John at blackmattertraining.com and tell him I sent you. Now, he might not give you a discount, but he will make you a better runner. Again, that's John at blackmattertraining.com. Now let's get back to it. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. So I know what you're saying. There's absolutely no way Arthur's going to end the episode right then and there, right? Absolutely none. Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to tune in next week for part 2 of our episode with Tats. The episode was so much fun. It was a pleasure getting to know her story, everything so interesting that she's done in her life. And of course, special thanks to our special guest host, David Lawrence, and our studio audience, John No H Estrada. Make sure you tune in next week for the completion of this episode and you get to know more about Kat, her tattoos, 13 cats, her extremely interesting story, and everything goofy that happened afterwards. All right, guys, stay safe, drink responsibly, don't text your ex, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys. Hey guys, today's episode is brought to you by Burn Termite and Pest Control. I first met Joe Byrne on Full Frontal Nerdy Show and decided to give his company a try. They have been the best pest service I've ever had, from flexible scheduling, attention to detail, fair pricing, and everything you love about a small business. I highly recommend Joe Byrne and Burn Termite and Pest Control. It's a family-owned and operated business with over 30 years of experience in termite and pest. You can reach Burn Termite and Pest Control at 321-297-7985. Once again, 321-297-7985. And let them know Bourbon and Bullshit sent you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.